What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Crisean. If you are new, welcome. Today I want to talk about being confident. It is something that has been a struggle for me. Still is quite a bit of a struggle for me. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I can act like I am, but inside I'm just like, I'm just like, I'm scared as hell as a church mouse. It is something that is ongoing, and I think I will forever be dealing with it for the rest of my life. And I want to say this to let other people know that it's okay to deal with something for the rest of your life. Sometimes you just won't be confident. You won't just wake up with this confidence, and it's forever going to be there and won't ever go away, and you won't ever feel an ounce of insecurity or fear. Because that's just not the case. It's just not realistic, because the world is forever changing. Our situations, our surroundings are forever changing, and sometimes those things can aid in our confidence level, whether it's a good or a bad thing. Getting people who love you for yourself is one way of forever being confident. Getting rid of toxic people, getting rid of people who don't wish you well, getting rid of people who every time you walk out the door or walk into a room, they have something to say about you. They have something to say about what you're wearing, how you look, how you're acting. All that aids in not being confident. But if you're dealing with those things, you still find the gumption to be confident. That makes you brave. And bravery is something that we all have to get the strength to become. And I'm not always brave. I'm not always confident. And like I said, I could walk into a room and you would think I am, but I am like inside. Some days I am, and I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm that. And some days I pretend. And it's okay to pretend, but build confidence for yourself. Like, do affirmations around the house. Say inspiring things to yourself. It might seem silly, but those things work. Figure out the person you want to be and practice on being that person, and you will gain that confidence. I remember at times, like, I had a problem with my voice. It was too feminine, so I always try to masculine it up. And that made me not be my true authentic self. That made me not be my true authentic self. And it made me feel insecure about my voice. But finding masculine people, finding men who did talk with a feminine voice helped me be confident. Like, if you can do it, I can do it too. And this is my voice, and it's not going to go anywhere, and it's not going to change. Sometimes with the things that you wear, being a feminine gay man, again, especially who is feminine presenting too, child, you have to build confidence, or else you're just going to be in a closet forever. There's just no way of getting around it. I don't even know how to say it's more of an act of being and an act of just going day by day, because it's not a book about any of this stuff. And like I said, things are forever changing, and chapters are forever changing in that book. So you constantly have to rewrite your story, constantly have to be affirming who you are to people and to yourself. So being confident is also a risk, because people don't like confident people. People are insecure. People have their own stuff with them and own baggage, and they will take it anywhere. They will take it in a relationship. They will take it to the workplace. They will take it to make you feel uncomfortable in your neighborhood. They will take it on the plane and when you're on vacation. Like, we all seen Karens. Like, because Karens, they're not confident in who they are. They see something that is going to aid in their insecurities and bring them up, so they act in these outlandish, inappropriate ways. And not even just Karen, just people everyday lives. Sometimes your friends will see you being confident or wearing something or looking a certain way and get jealous. And jealousy is a human trait, and it is a natural emotion. But sometimes you have to snap yourself out of it. You have to push back, and if you're on the receiving end of that, you got to push back from that. Like, you need some help then, because you're experiencing an emotion that you can't control, and you saying that you're my friend, but yet all this is your lack of confidence is showing. So if you ever felt jealous of somebody or envious of somebody in the worst way, you need to get help. But if you just like subtly feel jealous because someone has something that you have, or someone looks a certain way, say to yourself, why am I feeling like this? What is making me feel like this? And if people are gravitating towards, or you find a man or a woman and you're in a relationship with that person, and that person is making the you love feel unconfident, tell yourself, why is this happening, and why am I dealing with it? Why does that person get to be a certain way and I don't? And you have to evaluate yourself, like your surroundings. If that answer comes to you and it's like, wow, it's because I got to get rid of X, Y, and Z. I got to get out of this area. I got to get out of this place. I have to get out of this job. When it comes to the finances, that is the I feel like the one thing that we lack confidence as a society, that we can all like get together and say, hell yeah. And you just have to be confident of where you are, because you're there. And what makes you any less than someone else who has? What makes you any less prettier than someone else that you think got a certain type of features, or certain type of skin type, or skin color? What makes you less than? I'm not less than. No. What makes you think that you're better than me? What makes me think that I'm less than you? And then rework that and change it. I always say to myself, especially when I was going through my deepest, darkest points in New York City, and I was financially figuring things out by myself. My mom had lost a job. She was back in Maryland. She couldn't help me out. And that was the first time I ever was on my own, paying bills, going to work, and having to work these jobs, and actually having to be there. And I would admit my lack of confidence was way down, and I didn't think that money and a lifestyle would affect me like that. And a lot of times when you're privileged, you don't think that way, period. And you don't think that a certain situation is going to deter you from who you are and who you become. But life will show you, and life will throw you those lemons. And I told myself, like, what makes this person, because they have this money, better than me? What makes this person, because they have these clothes and these luxury things, better than me? What makes this person, because they make a certain amount on that paycheck, better than me? And it doesn't make anybody better than you. I told myself, I was sitting in my friend's basement, because she had a basement studio apartment. In the basement of, it was a house that this lady had rented out to people, and you lived on the top floor and she had the basement. I was sitting on that floor in the basement by the stove, because the stove, it was like this much space between the stove and the refrigerator. It was just a walkway. That's it. And I was like, who am I? Who am I going to be? And this is another reevaluation. If you watch my Be Yourself video, another reevaluation, another assessment that I had to have with myself in my later years in life, because your circumstances are forever changing and will forever change you, and how to be yourself and your confidence. And I was sitting on the floor and saying, if I can't have these things, if my dreams never come true, if I can't look the way that I want to look, who am I? And I told myself, I'm still kind, I'm still respectful, I'm still patient. I still want people to love who they are. I still want people to be kind to one another. I still want equality. If I couldn't have any of the finances ever in life, any of the luxury things, any of my dreams come true, I still want to be surrounded by people who love me. And I still want to be able to be my authentic self. If I am penniless and broke, That's what I want around me. And I think that's the ultimate goal in life. That boosted my confidence. That boosted my confidence in who I was. Because I made a declaration to myself that I was going to be who I was, regardless of anybody's circumstances, anybody's level in society. And I've taken that, and I've taken that with bosses. You're not going to talk to me crazy. I'm going to talk to you the way I talk to anybody else. I would take that with people who perceive to have money, people who, I'm a music artist, so I come across a lot of people who have followings and have streams, and they get on these rosters or they get in these rooms and they act like they are Beyonce when they're nowhere near Beyonce. Like, I don't have nothing, you ain't got nothing. People's egos get the best of them, and having that foundation of who I am and never straying away from that, I'm not going to let someone take away my lack of confidence. And that has helped me tremendously. And like I said, it's a process. You will be put in situations where your confidence will be compromised, and you have to stand firm in those foundations, and you can change and modify who you are for the good, yes, and modify and evolve and become a better you, a more confident you on the other side of the tunnel. Because when we go through things and we're able to overcome those things and see the light on the other side of the tunnel, we become our most and our best selves. And I used to tell that to people. I had a friend of mine who suffered from suicidal ideation, and I always used to tell him, like, girl, all this stuff these people putting you through, all this stuff your family didn't put you through, all this stuff your man didn't put you through, you deserve to see the light at the other side of the tunnel. Don't just give up. Don't give up hope. And I am putting a disclaimer out there. I do not support people who commit suicide. I don't think that it is weak. I don't think that it's wrong. You do you for you, and you discover what's on the other side. And only you can do that. I do think that it was a ploy in the religious text to keep people in misery, to keep people oppressed, saying that ultimate sin is suicide. And so you can stay here to continue to be oppressed. Just putting that out there. But like I was saying, but I used to tell them, like, girl, you deserve, after all the stuff these people putting you through, your family, your man, your so-called friends, you deserve to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You deserve to see your happiness, because you never know what's going to happen. And continue to focus, and especially if you keep going in circles with the same amount of type of friends, same type of men, same type of relationships in general, and going back to those toxic relationships, you will never gain confidence. You will for always lack in confidence. You will for always have somebody on your neck telling you what you cannot do, who you can be, who you are. One of the key steps to getting rid of that and to be confident is getting rid of those people. Because if someone's not wishing you well, if someone's not being a part of your life in the way that you want them to be the part of your life, then that person gotta go. They do not need to be in your life. Period. Because, like I said, it hinders your confidence. It hinders who you are and who you want to be in life. And who you are and what you want to be in life, and sticking to that will gain, like, the utmost confidence. You can be your utmost confidence, getting the body that you want, getting the look that you want, being the person you always thought you were will be a confidence booster. Be who you are, like, and get those things done, and don't let people tell you. Because if people are constantly telling you these things, that don't get this, oh, you won't look good in that, those people are not the people for you. And sometimes our family will be, because especially the older generation, because they're coming from, it's not like a lack, it's not a lack of, I don't think sometimes it's not a lack of love, but it's a generational thing, because they went through that, because society was like that back in the day, or in their area where they are. That's how they just see the world, and they will forever see the world like that. And sometimes you have to just be who you are and change that. And your confidence being who you are and stepping up to the plate of who you are helps change the world, helps change society. Just think about all the phenomenal black people who were told, don't stand up, don't say that, don't say this. Be complacent because of your finances, because of your job, because of your safety. But they were brave enough to be who they are and stand up and change the society for, and if you're black watching this, for you and me, period. They have sacrificed their own lives for who they were, and it benefited us. So your lack of your confidence, your sacrifices, your risk can one day help and change the nation for the next generation. How amazing is that? So that's why I say, like, you have to do those things. It is a risk to be yourself. It is a risk to have confidence, because people do not like to see a confident person, especially if they're insecure. And if you have insecurities, figure out what those insecurities are. And if I'm working towards the steps of changing these things about myself that make me insecure, then I'm on the right track, and that's all I need to do. All I need to do is make those steps. And to the utmost confidence is to saying to yourself, if I cannot grasp these things, if I cannot grasp this thing, I'm still going to be good. I'm still going to be me, because me is in the inside. It has nothing to do with the outside. It has nothing to do with finance. It has nothing to do with luxury, because I'm still going to be me no matter what. Of how people see me, of how people approach me, I'm still going to always be me and be that person, that person inside, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, all that good stuff. So that is just what I just wanted to get off my chest, because it's just a lot of, I feel like a lot of people who just always see things and see the goal that they want to set, and they don't think of the journey that person went through, or even their journey of where they've been and where they are now. We always think about that end goal, but applaud yourself in the journey that you're on now, especially if you've been through some stuff and you're not in it anymore, and that journey was a long one. Give yourself a round of applause, give yourself a pat on the back, because you won, sis. You won in this moment. So yeah, that's just how I felt. That's just what I was feeling, what was on my mind, what was on my chest. So I just wanted to get off of my chest and get it out in the air. Hopefully it helps somebody, because so many people along the way have helped me and aided in my confidence. So hopefully I can be that to somebody else. Shout out to all y'all who have made it through a storm, saw the light on the other end of the tunnel. But yeah, I'm Crisean. Thank y'all for watching, and I will catch y'all in the next video.